guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. Today I'm going to be speaking about some of the mistake we make when we get attracted to someone who we kind of describe as being mysterious and kind of unattainable. And at the outset, we don't recognize, especially the anxious, preoccupied individual, may not recognize that this person is actually an avoidant attachment style individual. And what they're seeing is not necessarily a mystery, it's really just how the person is going to be long term, right? So that mystery that you sense at the beginning of meeting this person is really that the sense of never knowing what this person is thinking or what they feel or what they're up to or how they really feel about anything, right? They keep a lot of things very close to their chest. They don't express emotions at all, pretty much. You know, if the emotions are expressed, it's very almost like in terms of logic, not in terms of feeling. Right? There's always a sense of a wall that is going to be between you and that person. So this is why this person has this perception of being mysterious, because yes, they are very secretive, and they're not going to be someone who's going to come out and tell you, you know, what they're feeling, or they keep that very close to their chest. Always, and also this person, this sense of mystery, though, guys, is going to manifest as the relationship progresses into the tendency of that person to create this invisible wall between you and them in your relationship, right? They won't be able to share, they won't share intimate details with you. They won't, you know, you'll always be at a place where you're always wondering, am I actually in relationship with this person? Because they might never ever even tell you that they love you. You know, they may do things that you believe that they love you, but they might never ever tell you that they actually love you. Or if they tell you that they love you, it's very logic based, not feeling based. And it's not very meaningful, because it's like almost like sometimes, you know, if it's an anxious person with this individual, they may actually want to almost pull that sentence out of this person for them to tell them that they love them, right? Because this is how the anxious preoccupied is. Now that feeling that you might have sensed at the beginning of always kind of feeling out of reach and kind of distant, which adds to the mystery of this person at the beginning. Eventually, you know, some individuals take this as a challenge, you know, to get to know this person, to kind of almost like, you know, put down their defenses. But if you're dealing with a dismissive avoidant individual, guys, you will never put down their defenses, because it's something that they don't even recognize a lot of the times that they're actually doing, because it's deeply ingrained in their subconscious, and that is just, they act out of that on a automatic, in an automatic way. They're not necessarily saying, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. It's just the way that they have become, because in the past, their trauma that caused them to become like this as children, their trauma of maybe not getting emotional you know, affection from their parents, or attention, or, you know, just nothing to, their parents didn't sit and talk with them, and perhaps there was a lot of trauma and not trauma, emotional upheaval in the house, you know, shouting and cursing, and there's always some kind of toxic things going on. And they knew that they had to really kind of, it's kind of like a self-preservation thing that they did. And so they learned to soothe themselves. And so at this point, when they get to be adults and they're in a relationship, they have learned not to trust relationships. They've learned that they're not going to open up to someone else so that they can be hurt again. And the sad part about this is that the individual with this attachment style, the dismissive avoidant attachment style, could have changed. We all can change, right? But they were so hurt they determined that they would never be hurt again on a subconscious level. And so they put in things, they established ways of being that would prevent that from happening. And that is why sometimes, guys, if they actually find a partner that they actually are really care for, and maybe falling in love with, instead of trying to embrace that, they will run. They will run from that because they fear that they love this partner so much that this partner could really, really hurt them if they were betrayed, right? If they betrayed them, they would really be hurt by the actions of this partner. So they will put up this wall, and you're not understanding this because you're saying, but this person showed me that they love me so much, but now all of a sudden they're just gone, they disappear, right? And you can't, and they get cold and distant. And so these are the things that you have to be really aware of, why it is that the dismissive avoidant attachment style person responds this way to you. And the reason I even want to mention this is because a lot of individuals are in relationships with dismissive avoidant partners. And you should sit down sometimes and decide whether or not this is a partnership that you want to be in. But if you have decided that this is a partnership that you want to be in because you love this person and you really want to try, then you have to really put in some understand where this individual is coming from, right? You have to understand that they are not going to be able to give you the emotional connection that you need if you need that, right? This is someone who's not going to be able to give you the hugs and the cuddling and the just sitting down and having long, deep, meaningful conversations with you that may touch on emotional things. How they feel, what their fear in life is, what their goals in life are, stuff like that. They're just not going to sit and have that kind of a conversation with you. So you have to determine whether or not this is something that you can tolerate in this partnership, right? And also for it not to really get into your emotional, to kind of destroy you emotionally, you have to recognize that these individuals at their core, the reason why they are like the way that they are is out of a deep sense of fear. Because as I mentioned in the beginning, these people look very mysterious and very in control. They look like they're in control, and you believe, and a lot of individuals are attracted to that because the person looks strong and in control, but they really are not. They are really very weak individuals, and when I say weak, I mean emotionally weak, not physically. I mean weak because what happened was that when they were children and they got all of that experience of trauma, instead of actually as adults now facing and really trying to handle that kind of trauma, they won't come out and handle that kind of trauma. They will continue to push it down. Most individuals in this attachment style, I'm talking about the avoidant attachment styles now, because it's too painful and they are afraid of emotional pain. Emotional pain scares them. So you can see that the facade that they show to you of a mystery, of being mysterious and in control, of just being in control, is really a facade. It really is a facade. And so you have to understand this if you're going to want to remain with this partner. And one of the things you have to understand as well, guys, is that if you're with this partner and you need affection and there are certain things that you want to say to this partner, most of the times, if they're not if they're not in the process of healing themselves and they're not interested in doing that, then what they're going to do basically is just to run away, right? And continue to push those feelings of hurt and what is causing them to respond out of fear down, because they are afraid that you are going to betray them. They're afraid that you are going to leave them. When you start to criticize someone like that, they will not stay around. So if you have to speak with them, you have to be very careful of how you speak with them, because any hint of criticism or blame or shame, they are going to run. They won't even respond to you. They won't even say you're hurting my feelings, because they won't hurt. Them saying that is going to make them look vulnerable, and they are not into vulnerability. Okay, so just understanding this individual will save you a lot of emotional pain, basically. But you also have to determine if this is something that you can live with on a long-term basis, because eventually, really, guys, what it really boils down to is that each individual in a relationship, if you have certain things that are really hindering a healthy relationship with your partner, you should really look to heal yourself from those and handle it, deal with it with your partner or by yourself if you have to. But when you go into a relationship and just expect to just do whatever you need to do and hurt people and then be okay, them being okay with it, it doesn't work that way, and it really is not fair to anyone, because you would not want that to happen to you, right? So therefore, I'm just really kind of telling, really making everyone else aware that it's with an avoidant partner, that these are the reasons why the avoidant partner will respond in certain ways. They've never really healed, and they find it difficult to be vulnerable, so they are not ones to seek out help. They're not ones. It has to be something really, really, really detrimental for them to really seek out help, right? Maybe they really, really, really love this person, and they realize that if they don't change what they're doing, they're going to lose this individual. But then again, they've learned so much to be by themselves that they're quite comfortable being by themselves. So the avoidant personality is really, really someone that has to really, for whatever reason, want to change. Nobody can change them, right? So especially for the anxious, preoccupied individual, just don't go into a relationship with an avoidant partner thinking you can change them, because that's the tendency for the anxious, preoccupied, is to go in and try to be the savior and rescue this person from their sadness and look of really not being able to be emotionally warm, or just they're believing that there's something they know something is wrong, and they want to go in and fix it. You cannot fix somebody else. They have to really work on fixing themselves. Well, I hope that this kind of makes sense. I know it's really about kind of giving you tips and tools of how it is that you're to manage and kind of to manage relationships with your avoidant partners, if you get into that. Also to recognize when you're with an avoidant partner, and also to kind of get to a place where the behavior of the avoidant partner does not really ruin you, the partner who is in relationship with this partner who is avoidant. Because a lot of times they know something is wrong, but because of the fear of really delving into the pain and trauma that caused this pain of determining who they are right now and how they're acting out of their subconscious traumas, they do not really usually seek help or seek change, because they know it's going to be painful and they cannot take emotional pain. All right, guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor and your leverage for change. Please like and share this video if you found some value in it, and please also subscribe to it so that as soon as I upload another video, you will be notified. In the meantime, guys, take care of yourself and keep growing. Bye-bye.